Well, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for joining us for another Power Play Friday. My name is Emily Sopo, and I am joined by Emmett Williams, president of Myzone.
Hey, Emily, and hello, everyone.
So today we're excited to talk to you about best practices for integrating Myzone into personal training. And I'm going to let Emmett kind of kick it off today, and then we'll dive into some content.
Yeah, thanks, Emily. With any tool that you introduce into your club, of course, you need a strategy for it. But more importantly, you need it to fit into your broader strategy. So the question that I encourage you to ask yourself today as you listen to this webcast is, why am I introducing Myzone into personal training? Is it an attraction play or a retention play? Some operators on this call may be thinking, well, I'm thinking that if I add a Myzone belt to my personal training packs, it adds value and I could incent new members who are joining up to upgrade because there's a special offer on and it comes with a Myzone belt. And that certainly is a strategy, and the ROI from that would be a better conversion rate at the point of sale. And other operators are on the call right now with a different perspective. They're looking at it thinking, look, I want to add Myzone as a value add to get retention on personal training revenue. As an industry, we're always talking about retention, but typically we're talking about the retention of a regular gym member. Why is it that we don't always talk about the retention of the premium yielding members, those paying for small group, large group, but in today's case, one-on-one personal training? If a member joins up in January and they're a member for 18 months, it may be that there are 2 or 3 clusters within that journey where they upgrade and they spend $300, $400, $500 a month on training, and then after 2 or 3 months they turn that tap off, save some money, and go back to working out by themselves. Of course, we're incentivized to prevent that and to sustain them throughout time. So that is the question. How do you use it? Is it for attraction or is it for retention? And either way, any transaction essentially comes down to the equation of value exceeding cost. And that's what Emily will be going through today. How can we use Myzone to build the value of one-on-one personal training so that it exceeds the cost, even when that member has gone through 3 months of training, they've now hit a plateau, the economy may have slowed down, they're now looking at their household budget, and they're looking at personal training as one of those discretionary items that they could eliminate. The way to counter that is to build the value so that they don't consider possibly eliminating that spend. So with that said, Emily, I'll pass back to you, and let's go through some of the strategies of building that value.
Awesome. So I think one of the first things to be thinking about is, right when you get a member, one of the very first things that we do as personal trainers is that we take them through an assessment protocol. There's, of course, multiple reasons to do this. One is to make sure that you're understanding how their body works and their health status up front before you start programming. The other reason is because in 4 to 6 weeks or 8 weeks, when you do a post or mid assessment, you want to be able to show them progress that they've made. And so one of the ways that you can use Myzone is within that first initial assessment. And I listed some examples here. So the MZ fitness test is a really awesome assessment. It's a cardio-based assessment that's actually in the Myzone app. So you can have your clients go through it once with you, and then they can actually do it on their own for the future assessments if that's how you want to roll with that. But the MZ fitness test measures their heart rate recovery, which is a measure of your cardiorespiratory or cardiovascular rather efficiency, and that's looking at your heart health. So it's a really great one to do right off the bat. Other examples, right? The YMCA 3-minute step test. This is not built into the Myzone system, but I provided it here as an example because it is a widely used type of assessment. And you can use Myzone in any cardio-based assessments that you would normally run, right? Just like this one. Rather than having to do, fingers on the wrist and count and figure out the different heart rates, after the end of the protocol to when they've recovered, use Myzone. It makes life so much easier. It makes the math easier. It makes everything a lot easier in that process. And the other thing that you can be measuring too is exercise frequency, because Myzone allows us to look at how frequently our clients are exercising. It's as simple as saying, hey, Emmett, this is week 8. I want you to pull open your phone, show me how many days you've worked out this month, and we're recording that as one of the metrics of success in this assessment process. So including it in your assessment process is one option. The next way that you can integrate Myzone into personal training is to gamify the sessions using Myzone. Now you can do this in so many ways. There's a lot of options online. If you go to the Myzone Moves YouTube channel, if you've got specific questions, you can always email powerplay@myzone.org, and we can chat about some options for you. But you can use Myzone as motivation, right? Myzone effort points, looking at status. You can use different colors and make that a goal of a particular drill or even for the entire workout. One of my favorite ways to gamify my workouts with clients is to take them through their strength-based workout, and then at the end, when we start to get into some more like HIIT cardio stuff, I'll actually make a little obstacle for them. I'll say, you've got to hit yellow and recover down to green, or you've got to hit yellow, red, then recover down, or, there's so many different ways, but basically you're coaching by color, providing them with very tangible goals so that they want to hit those numbers. They want to hit those goals so that they can have a really awesome workout. And it's just one way to make exercising for your clients a little bit more fun and engaging. So lots of ideas there that you can use. The other thing that you can do with the Myzone system after the fact, after the workout, is assign cardio-based homework, right? Maybe with your clients, you're doing primarily strength-based exercise or resistance training. You can use the Myzone system to assign homework or recommend different types of cardio that they can be doing. So an example would be like the zone match classes that you've probably seen in previous Power Play Fridays we've talked about before. They're part of the Myzone app, as you can see in that image there. And so you can say, hey, Mrs. Jones, over this weekend, I want you to try the mini annihilator, right? Or you can say, I want you to do that fitness test because we're now doing our mid assessments. So that's a really easy way to add value because you are allowing them or requiring them to do more than just the 2 or 3 times that you see them per week, right? This is one of my absolute favorites, and I think one of the best ways that Myzone allows us to add value to our relationship with our clients is by allowing us to hold our clients accountable outside of their sessions. So if you've used the Myzone app before, you know that you can connect directly with your clients as social connections. That's one of the very first things that I as a trainer would do and recommend that you do as well, is to become their social connection, let them know that you can see their workouts, they can see yours, and then develop a protocol for yourself about how you're going to go about liking, commenting on their workouts, right? Maybe it's every, Wednesday and Sunday night, or maybe it's every single day. You're going through and liking and commenting and making sure that they know that you are there for them and that you're seeing all of their workouts. And especially if you're assigning them homework, go back and say, hey, awesome job today. Like, I love that beach run that you did. You killed it on the Blipinator, all that good stuff. Another little point here that's actually pretty key is to use filters to easily access your connections. So within the Myzone app, you can actually create custom filters that allow you to filter out who are your clients. You can do this by actually going to the home page, and then you'll see at the top a little filter option. Click on the button that looks like a pencil to start to actually create little filters. So for me, it'd be like Emily's clients, right? And then I can easily go through on a daily or every other day basis and check out what they're doing. All right, the last point that I wanted to touch on is using the Myzone system to build community and increase your leads. So with the Myzone app, of course, one of the best things you can do is to socially connect with your own clients, but why not socially connect with anybody at the club, right? And that way you're starting to build rapport with them, even if they're not your client. That way you can, like, comment, all that good stuff, direct message them as well. Another thing that you can do as a trainer is create challenges directly within the Myzone app. And there's a couple different options that are really cool. If you go to the menu and then click challenges, you'll see those options. But you can create a challenge with all of your clients. You can do your clients and someone else's clients. You could even do people at the club and talk about lead generation with that. So those are just a few examples, and Emmett, I'll go ahead and toss it back over to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this slide is, Emily. No, I'm only joking. It's, this is a
It's a
flock of
flock of sheep.
It is. It is. We can agree on that. It is a flock of sheep. And the reason we added this slide in, just to finish out this webinar, was because a lot of operators out there are finding success with getting their membership base and breaking them into subgroups and allocating those subgroups to trainers. So let's say you've got 20 trainers and you've got 2,000 members. That would be 100 members per trainer, and that would be their flock of sheep. And essentially, their job would be to go out and to sell Myzone belts to that flock of sheep. Once they've sold the Myzone belt to that flock of sheep, or a portion of them, then they would connect with them on the app, like Emily was referencing before, build a relationship with them. And then when the need arises for personal training, guess who's got the relationship? Guess who's got the credibility? Guess who has been giving them a pat on the back for the last 3, 6, 12 months? And guess who is in the best position to convert that that member into a personal training client? So Myzone in this case can be used as an attraction tool for personal training revenue, which is the most important metric for trainers, and that's why it matters. That's what's in it for them. So I encourage you to go down that path and drive your PT revenue.
Awesome.
Great. All right. Well, thank you very much, Emily, for taking us through those 5 or 6 slides, and thank you to those who attended. If you've got any questions, please just reach out to support or your account manager, and we'll be able to add some more detail. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks everybody for tuning in. As always, Power Play Friday is here to help. And if you have questions about what you've learned today or any questions related to Power Play Friday, you can email powerplay@myzone.org. Thanks everybody. We'll see you later.